Make no mistake, oh, I'm not a foolish man. Because as Ebola and Tinubu couldn't Nigeria couldn't work when kona ubanka. That doesn't mean automatically I've lost guard or I'll fall back to that era of northern mafias taking over power. Take it from me today. Take it from me today and hear it now. No northern mafia, nobody, no northerner will take over power from this man. For us to have a northern mafia taking over power from this man, it's better we have ×3 of Tinubu's worst performance. Nobody they pay me here. I will say it obviously because I get to discover even the fanatics. When I was talking about fanatism in the north, all of a sudden now they are sharing me. They are saying Allah maka albarka, Allah maka albarka. That doesn't mean I've changed my ground. Sincerely speaking. Power will never and can never go back to the north because the north deserve a taste of their medicine. And let's put it straight. Because we are talking about Tinubu, that doesn't exclude the fact that we are knowledgeable. We read. We know of happiness. We know of equally what this man have done to a lot of the northern governors that are, some of them are eating the money and finishing the money. And to some certain extent, a lot of people have alleged even this insecurity can be tied to some of them. And nothing is happening. So what is my advocacy? My advocacy here is the fact that Tinubu must do the right thing. And if you not do the right thing, we go reuse revolution. Forget about election. Forget about election, abi selection. So I'm not a fool. Nobody feel buy me here till this world come to an end. And I'm telling you, for we to have any northern conspiracy or waiting the one come up Balablu, Allah Balablu go remain for 300 years. That is the reality. A lot of you go begin to follow me now because what you wanna follow come, not be what you wanna they see a bit. So the fact is either if you say it's not performing, bring a Yoruba person or bring an Igbo person that will fulfill those tenure or whatever. But power going back to the north, Allah Kariane, by Shege, and nobody can do that. And do you know that? Forget about all these talks. The fact is, when you look at these things, one of the major things that this man is fighting is trying to survive in the hands of these northern mafias. But all I keep saying is, you can't do this. Trust the people. Do your best and see if the people will betray you. Do your best and see if the people will betray you. I'm telling you. Some of this religious fanaticism and a lot of it, all this, some of them are poverty they cause up. Stop inheriting these liabilities. These governors that some of them are part of the problem. Stop inheriting them. Stop investing on them. And at the end of the day, do what is right for Nigeria and leave it to test. I keep asking people this question. How do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? So I'm not another fanatic. And some of you are saying, when is Buhari? What did you say or whatever? I don't give a damn about Buhari. Buhari was one of the worst. And any northern conspiracy now to take power. Now lie. I will never support any of them. But eventually you fail. We go use show a revolution. We go commit you. But as it looks now, you are running out of time. And that is why I'm telling you, if you do the right thing, then fine. But if you don't do the right thing, the way and manner. We can't remain like this. And tell yourself the truth. You are not doing what is expected. Leave politics aside. Leave politics aside and do what is expected, what Nigerians want. Finish anybody. Finish anybody. When be vampire, when they suck people blood. And that is the reality.
Politics is not emotions. Politics is strategy. Politicians that have used strategy in the past, they have been winning elections. I repeat, politicians that have been using strategy in the past, people like Wike, people like Tinubu, they have been winning elections. Now, President Bola Tinubu will disappoint some northern politicians by 2031. I repeat, this president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will disappoint some northern politicians by 2031 because a northerner is supposed to take over from Tinubu. That is, if Tinubu does not run for third term, if Tinubu does not run for third term, then a northerner is supposed to take over from Tinubu. We have the likes of Ribadu. We have the likes of Kwankwaso in northern Nigeria. We have the likes of the Minister of Defense, Musa. We have the leader of the APC. All these guys are northerners. But you see, the Fulani North have been producing presidential candidates from the whole northern Nigeria. We have Hausa and other tribes. But the Fulani have been the ones that have been producing presidential candidates. Now it is clear, getting clear. There is a candidate that we are not looking at. And that candidate is likely to take over from Tinubu 2031. You see, when we say some of these things, people just overlook it. When it happens in your eyes, it go clear. When it happens, it go clear. We have been saying that Tinubu wants to do this. I've been predicting a lot of things that Tinubu is doing today. Some people never believed what I predicted in the past, but now it is coming to pass. Like I said, you see Ribadu will be disappointed. Yes, 2031 is going to be very, very interesting. In fact, 2027 is not going to be as interesting as 2031. That 2031 is either we make Nigeria or break Nigeria. Because Tinubu, after building his political empire, the Fulani does not want to serve anybody. Fulani does not want to serve anybody. Tinubu is building his political empire, so he is going to, from his loyalists, they are the ones that will make up his government, whether you like it or not. The North still believe that they have the voting population, voting strength to vote anybody out. The 2027 election, this next election, will be a test. I was saying that it is Southern Nigeria that is going to determine who wins election. From 2027, Southerners are going to determine who wins election in Nigeria. But the Northerners still believe that, forget what the Southerners are saying. We have the numbers. We can vote out Tinubu, blah, blah, blah. Till today, they are saying Tinubu is a one-term president. So by 2027, when the abracadabra happens, 2027, it will be clear to most of these Northerners that, my brother, it is Southerners that will determine who wins election. So in 2031, the Northerners will have gotten the memo, like the message. They will have gotten the message that, man, if you don't belong to Tinubu's political class, political empire, you might not amount to anything in Nigeria. You see, the only way that they can stop Tinubu from building his political empire and capturing Nigeria's political space if they stop him from winning the next elections. If they cannot stop Tinubu from winning the next elections, my brother, they should forget it. They should just forget it. I have said it. These Northerners, now they go suffer past if Tinubu win this next election. Because he go make sure say he squeeze them because they are his problems. The Northerners, especially the Northern Fulani, now them be him problem. He won't build in political empire. Now Fulani they give him a problem. So if he enter second term, he doesn't care. He doesn't have second term is like the last lap. So he will not be begging for votes again. He go make sure he squeeze the Fulani. And when he is going to leave power, that is if he does not run for third term. Say Nigerian politics, he get ACB. The way Tinubu is going, he get ACBO. You heard Sunday go. He said even though it is third term, they are sending message to Northern Nigeria. Even though it is third term, and the Northerners are recording. You say some of them are not saying anything. They are waiting for payback. That is why I have said Tinubu has to restructure this country before he even leave power. Because if you allow these Fulani people get that power, he go first tell on the Southwesterners first. They will first carry their vengeance on Southwesterners, and they will play a long politics. Yes. Oh my God. People don't understand what is going on. There's somebody we are not mentioning. That person is Saraki. That young man is silently and patiently playing his game. He's patiently waiting. That is one of the virtues Tinubu has. Tinubu patiently waited until he had an opportunity. He now snatched it. He grabbed it and ran away with it. There is one politician that is going to be a unifier in a way. After Tinubu, there's no Yoruba politician that can have that popularity across North and South. Mention one. So there's another person. It is Saraki. Saraki is a Northerner, but he's a Yoruba person. He's a Northerner. He's a Yoruba person. Saraki can pull weight in Northern Nigeria and also can pull weight in the South. So we are not looking at Saraki. We are not putting our eyes on Saraki. Every wise politician will look at the prospects of anybody that's going to likely succeed President Bola Tinubu. Look at the prospect of Iribadu. People hype Northern Nigeria so much. Northerners, they will do this. Northerners, they will do this. Tinubu enter power. Una they fear. Tinubu enter power. What did he do? He packed Yoruba full everywhere. He asked Northern Nigeria, go and do your worst. Which Southern politician will have done what Tinubu did? Whoever believed that a Southern politician would do this? So when I'm telling you that Saraki is likely, because politics is complicated, Saraki is likely to take become the presidential candidate from Northern Nigeria. Yes. If they don't even, I know Wike is sure. I can bet on Wike. Wike will have an influential position in 2031. They are preparing Wike for 2031. They will give him, if it's not vice presidency, my brother, it must be vice presidency. They will not give him presidency. And there's a Saraki. Saraki is patiently waiting and is aligning. He's playing his game very well. These guys are, look at Saraki, he's a politician. We have not said anything about Saraki, and he's a Northerner. I told you that. There are some things I will not review. When it gets to that point, we'll tell you that, now this like this. I might not get everything right though. I don't know everything. But my speculations, most times I get these speculations right. If you call it speculations. If you don't know history, you are bound to repeat it. I'm telling you. Tinubu, as you will see, so Northern Nigeria don't know the person they are dealing with. Shebi, it happened that they bombed Borno State, and they are telling Tinubu, cancel your trip. Tinubu just write one statement, carry give them. Make they read this statement, and they come, make I go UK. When they have mobilized buses, Yorubas and APC in the UK have mobilized buses to welcome Tinubu. Then you Northern Nigeria, because of some people are saying that this bomb blast, it looks like a plan to dent the image of Nigeria and to affect Tinubu's visit. You people don't know Tinubu. You see, the reason why I'm saying all these things is that if I don't like Tinubu, I need to understand his strengths and his abilities. If you have an enemy, you don't know the strength of your enemy, and you say, I will defeat him, you are just a fool, fooling yourself. You must size up your enemy, then you know how you can bring him down. But you have people in Nigeria, you underestimate Tinubu. When Tinubu won the elections, some people were saying that I know personally, they say, Tinubu can. You just say federal government at Lagos. Within 2 years, he colonized everybody. Tinubu na one man mopo kaba. Within 2 years, he colonized everybody. All those cabals, all those generals, if they are going to visit Tinubu will go bow down. They will laugh with them. A dangerous man with dangerous power. Tinubu. Look at the Sultan of Sokoto. You want to visit Tinubu. You are begging on behalf of Redefine. Look at Tinubu, the way he behave. You come to Tinubu, you go laugh, go do this and this. If Tinubu won't deal with you, go deal with you. You need to understand the person of Bola Tinubu. Some people made a mistake and carried the treasury, the key of Nigeria's treasury, and put in Tinubu's hand. You carry power, give Tinubu because you feel that, look at this conspiracy theory. Northerners were saying that the Yorubas were praying for, they believed that Buhari would die so that Osinbajo would take over. Because Buhari was very sick. So Osinbajo, they believed that Buhari would die, Osinbajo would take over. That's what some Northerners were saying. Now, the same Southerners are now saying that Shetima thought, when Tinubu was campaigning, he would do like person who won't die today, tomorrow. Won't die, nah. So somebody said, Northerners were thinking Tinubu is going to die and Shetima will take over. You see the quality they play themselves. And Tinubu was actually deceiving them. Although he is sick, but not to the extent of him playing that stunt. He deceived the whole of Northern Nigeria. And that's the person you want to play with. So Saraki is in our books. Saraki, we have said it that make sure that you keep Fulani out of power for a very long time. Saraki is somebody that I can also vouch for, that can continue with the restructuring. Restructuring in Nigeria is the key. I told my Biafran people, I said, you see, we have tried Biafra in a certain way and it is not bringing results. We are always hitting a brick wall. Let's try Biafra through another means. Yes, I said it. Biafra can be gotten through restructuring. Restructuring will mature into resource control. Resource control will mature into regionalism. Then it is now easier for us to now push for a referendum. Then we can, if after regionalism, if you want to still get Biafra, I will tell you that, I bet you that after regionalism, Nigerians want to stay at regionalism. Nigerians, these people shouting Biafra. If the country gets better, they will stop shouting for Biafra. It's because of the Fulani that we are not getting where we need to get to. Because as it stands today, I am in my house doing a lot of things to make my life better. But somebody is planning to kill me and take over my father's land, unprovoked. His own existence is to make sure that I never see peace. People will go to their farms, their ancestral farms. But somebody's aim is to make sure he comes to that farm and destroy the crops. After destroying the crops, he kills the farmer. They have connections in power, in politics, in the government, and the federal government. They use their connections to destabilize the whole country. Take away this insecurity, Nigeria will have had a lot of money to push around to do one or two things, but we keep on spending trillions of naira in the insecurity going on in the north. Look at how bandits are being emboldened. It is because of this same Fulani. So from this restructuring, if we get to a place whereby we are able to have regionalism, so many people would not want to leave Nigeria. Nigeria is a very, very good place, if not for the systems in place that is making it so difficult for people. You see, nations in Nigeria are suffering. Every nation, the Igbo nation, the Yoruba nation, the Ijaw nation, Middle Belt nation, all nations, they are getting their own share of the cake. Even though we are being marginalized, everybody is being marginalized in Nigeria because Nigeria limits the development of the country. When people tell me that US is going to give them Biafra, Trump is going to give them Biafra, we have been saying it over and over again. How would Trump give you Biafra? Ordinary Iran, Trump cannot even change the regime of Iran. Look at what is going on in Iran. Look at how America is being exposed. Their weakness is being exposed. Although America can still defeat Iran, but so far so good. They have shown the weakness of America. The same America that is looking to how to survive in West Africa. They are looking for bases, how to make sure they put in their presence in West Africa so that they can be able to control the influence of the Al-Qaeda and the Fulani and the junta. Now they can't divide Nigeria again, causing more problems to give Biafra. No. Highest what US can do is regime change. They can cause problem because in Nigeria, they will not change the person who is in power, which is Bola Tinubu. They cannot divide the country. But some people with their coconut head, they knock their coconut head, say, nah, lie, you can divide. And we look so much stupid saying such. There is no salvation from US or Israel. It is you that you build capacity. Look at Iran today. Who helped you? See, Iran made sure that they started building tech, innovation, weapons, machinery. They invest in education. Iran does not joke with education. They take it number one. I tell you, they take it number one. Science and technology. They started building defense system, building even the ones that's why America, they are afraid. If you allow these people, they will build a nuclear weapon and they will shock the world. So they were not looking for, hey, Russia, come and help us. So now that they are fighting, that Iran is not asking anybody to fight for them. They are the one hitting all American bases in the Middle East. They are hitting Israel. They are hitting a lot of people around them because they have built capacity within. It is only African countries, they will not build any capacity within. They will be looking for an outside person that put them in that situation we are. They are the ones that put us in that situation in the first place. We're not only going to meet them to deliver us. I hope our generation, this Igbo generation, I hope they listen to the words of wisdom. We can do it ourselves. Let's build ourselves, then we can seek for support. But nations in Nigeria, we have not restructured our system. As somebody is saying, you become naked to the wolves. For instance, now we divide. If Biafra divides, don't you know it is easier for a foreign country to shut down Biafra if Biafra divides? And because of the resources, they will enter you, they'll play like what US is playing Nigeria today. They use Christian genocide, they enter the country. They enter the country now. What is the usefulness of the US? Because we had expectations that they were coming. Okay, insecurity will reduce. Some people will not be able to carry out some kind of attacks. But the presence of US in Nigeria, the killings increase. So what is happening? Somebody should tell us what is going on. We need an explanation. All this points to the fact that these people cannot give us what we want. So as it is, let Tinubu continue what he's doing. No, that is structuring. After him, Fulani does not have any business with political power till the next 10-15 years until we restructure this country. It's not offense to them. It is just because of their agenda. Both young and old, educated, uneducated, politician, farmer, bandits, religious leader, all of them are the same, with the same agenda. And there's one thing they are looking for, is to seize power, and they will take Nigeria backward. That's what they're looking for. They are looking for revenge on Tinubu's administration and the people of southern Nigeria. They made a mistake. Yes, you heard what Erufai was saying. You know, most times these people, they don't say their mind, but sometimes you listen to Erufai. Erufai said the current administration don't push the Muslim North far away from power. Just push them on exile far away from power. They're not closer to power. That is what Erufai said. A Northerner also said that we did not allow Abiola, but see, we have allowed Tinubu. Look at what we have been dodging for a very long time. That is nonsense. Another politician saying this is being frustrated. Tinubu never spent 2 years when they say all these things in power. While he was there 8 years, we were enjoying. But within Tinubu's 2 years, instead of them to give Tinubu space to perform, they don't want to give him, they want to be controlling everybody. Now it is close to elections now. Insecurity don't increase. They burn from left, right, center. We have gone to the days of Jonathan, whereby bomb blast here, bomb blast there, bomb blast here. A Northerner should not even get close to power because they have failed. Now them there for security now. Most of the security appointments we have been having in the past. Now Northerners they head down, but yet they have failed. Just one man, EAG, they made him chief of defense staff. Look at what he did. Northerners were crying. Somebody is solving the issue of insecurity in the north. Northern politicians, they were crying. Please, we don't want you to solve this problem. We are okay with what we are seeing. We are okay with the killings. That was what Northern politicians, especially these people that are in CPC. One of them is a president now. One of them was a governor. One of them don't die. They were attacking Jonathan for hitting the terrorists. And these are the people who want to give political power. They are all repentant in their quest to push their agenda. So whatever Tinubu can do, we are in support. Middle Belt, Southern Nigeria, we are in support. A Northerner, Fulani have been in power for a very long time. At least a Middle Belter should become president because themselves a human being. If the Muslim North say that they have the numbers, they can do this and that, they should continue. Let us go to the polls, and they will now determine who has the numbers. By that time that Southern Nigeria will have united, we will now know who have the numbers to put somebody as president. To be then for corners. How many then they? You go see say the sensitization for Saraki. This way Saraki will emerge It will shock you. Today is, I think, today is the 17th of March. 17th of March. Note what I said today. What out for Saraki? Look at Saraki. When he was the Senate president, he was one of the best Senate presidents. He played Buhari politics, even though he was in opposition. A mature person that had influence. He has aura. He has influence both in North and South. We are talking about having influence in both North and South, though. It is not those Fulani politicians that have only influence in the Muslim North. Because even Christians in Northern Nigeria, they are willing to support. I've entered Okada many times, and I will take opportunity to have conversation with the Dubai people. Where are you from? Somebody say I'm from Castina, but I'm Hausa Castina. You like Fulani? No, Fulani no good. Even among the Hausas, they know that Fulani is not good. If there's an opportunity, they will vote out a Fulani politician. So Fulani, they are not popular again. Nobody should babuse everybody. They can be using their insecurity to do one or two things, put fear, blah blah blah. They will still cut the head of the snake. I'm telling you, they can continue with their sponsoring. Let them know. But as it is, Saraki, watch out for Saraki. He's going to be our next president if Tinubu does not run for third term. All things being equal.
This coming election, if APC is still parading the Muslim ticket, they are campaigning on the Muslim ticket, and no man of God is coming out to speak against it. No Islamic cleric is coming out to speak against it. Our traditional rulers are not speaking against it. Just know that they have all been bought. They have filled their bank accounts with money. That's why they will not speak against it. They have been bought. These are some of the people that are causing major problems in Nigeria. They are not speaking against the ill of the politicians. They are not speaking against the mismanagement of our country. They are all watching them ruining Nigeria. None of them is coming out to denounce their behavior. They are turning our constitution upside down. And you can see that they are not coming out to denounce them. They are not coming out to confront them, to say that we can't run a country like this. They are all silent. If you see APC parading the Muslim ticket once again in the coming election, just know that they have all been bought. Your pastor, your general overseers, I'm talking about the ones at the top, the general overseer, they've all been silent with cash. Just know that they have been bought. You think they are preaching Christ. A lot of them, 90% of our men of God are no longer preaching Jesus. They are preaching their stomach. It's all about their feeling. It's all about their stomach, about filling their bank accounts now. Just know that they have been bought. All our traditional rulers and our pastors and Islamic clerics, they are all part of the problems that we have in the country. That's why you can see that the politicians are getting away with their nonsense, their lawlessness. That's why they are getting away with it.